Welcome to the video of Vort. At the opening of this week's Sedra, Moshe Rabbeinu calls Aaron, his sons, and the Zikanim for this inauguration and consecration ceremony, beginning the rituals in the Mishkan and appointing Aaron and his sons to the position of Kahuna, running and being responsible for all the religious functions in the Mishkan. And the question is, I can understand why Aaron was called for this ceremony. I can understand why his sons were called by Moshe. After all, they're the center of attention. But what were the Zikanim doing there? Why did Moshe call the Zikanim? Medrash Tanchuma says Moshe called the Zikanim for a simple reason. He wanted the Zikanim present in order to stave off any potential criticism that people might have that Aaron and his family stole the kahuna. It was a power grab, a glory grab. And therefore Moshe said, Zikanim, I want you present. So that way nobody can level that criticism at Aaron. And they will all know that this was a legitimately appointed position by Hashem through Moshe. This wasn't a power grab by Aaron and his family. The Medrash gives us yet another answer. Amar Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva says, in the Yisrael nimshalu ke'of, that the Jewish people are compared to a fowl. Ma'of eino pareach ela bli knafayim, just like a fowl cannot take flight, a bird cannot fly without its wings, the Jewish people cannot fly, cannot rise without the Zikanim, without the Chachamim. The Zikanim are there to help the people from their lower position to a higher spiritual plane. And therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu wanted the Zikanim there precisely at this moment of great spiritual depth for the Jewish people. But one can wonder, is this really necessary? This already was a spiritual moment for the Jewish people. It wasn't like the Zikanim had to help them rise to a high spiritual plane. This was the inauguration ceremony. This was the consecration ceremony. What did the Chachamim, what did the Zikanim add that wasn't organically present? Rabbi Yehuda Leib Ginsburg in his Yalkut Yehuda suggests that it was precisely this moment of intense ritual experience in the Mishkan, when we're about to begin the Karbanos and about to consecrate Aaron HaKohen to run all the Karbanos in the Mishkan. That's precisely when we need the Zikanim. Because the role of the Zikanim is to inspire and guide the people. And it is very easy for the people, says Rabbi Ginsburg, to come to the faulty conclusion that throwing a piece of meat on a Mizbeach is what achieves atonement. That throwing an animal on the altar is what is going to bribe God to give us a kapara. That is what is going to, that God needs this somehow. And that is what is essential. Missing the point that the sacrifice on the altar is simply a trigger for a personal transformation that must occur within each and every one of us. And therefore, it's precisely at this point that the Zikanim are necessary. And if the Zikanim are necessary here, at the consecration ceremony in the Mishkan, then most certainly we need the message of the Zikanim with us every day in our daily lives to remind ourselves that the ritual is important, but what is even more significant is the personal transformation that the ritual is meant to trigger within each and every one of us. Good Shabbos.